Welcome to another edition of Strange New Pod, this bonus San Diego Comic-Con edition of Strange New Pod. I'm your Fleet Admiral and host, Julian Brown, alongside Praetor Giraffe, or should I say, Mrs. Spock.
Yeah. People were taking my picture now, like calling me Mrs. Spock. I'm like, that is a thing now.
It's a thing. It's a thing.
Yeah.
I would ask you how you're doing, but I kind of already know. We were talking off mic. It's post Comic-Con.
It's post Comic-Con, post-con crash. And it's ridiculous. I need can the world stop turning for a minute? I survived a tsunami. And it was a beautiful bride. Thank you. My Sunday best.
You were a beautiful bride. They gave you the bouquet, the crown. We're going to talk all about it. It was wonderful. Tonight, if you haven't guessed by the photo, by everything else, it is our San Diego Comic-Con 2025 wrap up. We are going to go through a lot of stuff, hopefully relatively quickly, because we got to get ready for our show tomorrow night, reviewing a space adventure hour of Strange New Worlds. So we are going to talk about our press preview at Paramount's The Lodge. We will be talking about the Hall H experience, watching a space adventure hour early. Puppet Pike, baby, Puppet Pike. And the official Strange New World Season 4 announcement, which actually came a few weeks ago, but now it's real because they're actually basically done filming. We'll talk about Star Trek Con, the podcast. It is real. It is happening. Nicholas Myers is either not or in charge. People don't really know what's going on with that, but it's happening no matter what.
He told me he was not longer associated. I don't know if he was supposed to tell me this, but that's what he told me.
Who knows? He was
on a panel. He said that to everybody in the room.
Maybe he just meant his part in it was done. Who knows? Sure.
The artist formerly known as Star Trek.
The artist formerly known as Khan. Of course, Starfleet Academy got its first teaser trailer and cast reveal. We are going to be watching the trailer and going over that. And then, of course, the nuptials. Strange new spectacle. We went to it twice. It was actually really cool. We are going to go through all that. But before we do, a very, very big thank you to our Badmirals, our EPs, who kept our Ubers and trolleys at warp speed all Comic-Con long. Seriously, thank you.
It is a blessing.
It is a blessing. I did the trolley thing. It wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be, but that's still a lot of people to be stuffed into a trolley car with. Simon Stager, Chris Waterman, Tara Poland, Brett Jones, Dana, Matt Harker, Jim McMahon, Maggie Light, and Pfeff. You guys rock. Thank you. We are not going to waste any time tonight. We are going to get right into it. So, Giraffe, Wednesday, we met up. We had a nice lunch. And then, okay, actually, do you want to tell the story about walking up to lunch and seeing the lodge about an hour and a half, 2 hours before it was supposed to open?
We walk through Gaslamp and I see a truck. And I told Julian, you're going to see that this truck is in front of the lodge and the lodge is not built. And he's like, come on. He's like, in an hour and a half. I was like, I know my people. And we do show up and nothing was built. I mean, nothing was built. There were literally people, what do you call that? Soldering stuff.
Yeah, soldering, drilling.
Beams and, and coming in and out from the lodge with in a truck and stuff. So we're like, okay, cool. So we went to lunch. Yeah. And after a long lunch, we came back and they were still soldering stuff. They were still on ladders. And we're like, is it gonna be ready? Well, they open at 4:05 instead of 4. So
they got it done. Yeah. Seriously, bravo.
Yeah. That was impressive. That was really impressive.
We were both convinced, no bullshit, that it was going to be delayed. Because it did not look anywhere near being ready. But it was.
But we know nothing. We're dilettantes. We don't do this for a living. What do we know?
No, we don't. Let's talk about just the quick overview as the lodge as an activation space, because you've been going to it every year, basically. What did you think about just the aesthetic and the overview taking over? I always forget the name of the bar that it takes over.
Happy Does.
Happy Does. What did you think this year?
So I've started going in, I think 2022, 2020. Yeah, I think 2022, 2021. I don't know when they started. Back then it was 10 forward. It was a full Star Trek experience, and then they created the lodge with that showcase different shows for Paramount. I think this year was very good for Star Trek compared to the other years because it was an actual experience, which usually the Star Trek booth is just a goodie booth where you go and you get a goodie. Last year we could make our own T-shirts. That's where I did the boopsie, and I don't remember what the year before that was. I honestly, all the years I'm mixing up. I think it was something with the Borg. I don't remember. But this year it was really good. I like that there was free food
Yes.
to like compare to the other years. So usually when you get the press preview, we get like a badge. And on that badge, there's like little pieces that you can take out to get a free drink or get free food. So last year there was an option to get a piece of pizza from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I don't know if that was the right orders of word.
I think that was because I remember you talking about it last year. Yeah.
Ninja Turtles.
Yeah.
So this year it was good because there were people going around and just feeding you sliders, which were very good.
They were good. I had to take the bread off, but they were still like delicious.
They were very good. And so that was great. I felt that this year compared to last year, the press preview was less attended, or maybe they just lowered the number of people that were able to do the press preview so you could breathe. There was not too many people. I mean, there were many people, but it was doable. Last year there was so many people you could like barely move from one space to another. I had to go again with the LAOA team to be able to actually do all the activities in it. But this year I felt it was really nice. Really, really nice.
Yeah, I agree. Like I never once being in there felt overwhelmed. Like this is too many people. Like I'm gonna start like going a little crazy. It was fine. There was one circumstance where they couldn't quite figure out which entrance to do the Star Trek activation, which we'll talk about in a second. But other than that, it flowed really well. Let's talk about that because we obviously went. Most of our coverage was for the Star Trek stuff. The set dressing, right? The holodeck and the 60s aesthetic from the episode we're gonna watch tomorrow. The Love Lounge, the Starfleet Academy section, and obviously we'll talk about other activations too. What did you think about getting to do the photo op and the cocktail, everything?
I think it was really nice because it was definitely the biggest activation that they had at the lodge. The other ones were like a room, and this one was literally 3 rooms.
Yeah, 3.
Like 3 rooms and a half. And I felt it was really nicely done. We just beeline there, so we were able to do one run with like very few people. You entered first the holodeck, and then the photo op was great. It was literally the set. Literally, like I don't know if it was the actual set, but it really looked like the set.
I wonder if it was because they probably built that for wicked cheap, right? Like to make that 60s aesthetic, you would think,
but I don't know.
Right?
They're gonna bring a set from Toronto all the way
That's a good
to
point.
San Diego. I think it's cheaper to do another one here. There's a lot of qualified people around here.
True.
To make sets. The bar was cute. I think the bar was a bit too small, honestly. I think the open bars that the other activation had were better because this one was kind of in a corner and people were coming from every little like nook and crannies. But and the Starfleet Academy, I think it was really cute, and I love the goodie, but it was kind of just like walking through a corridor.
It was, yeah.
So I don't really know, but the cast that were there was so nice. Like I did try to charm a Trill a little bit.
You did a good job. I think you got him a little flustered. He was getting a little red.
I totally did. I was like, so did you meet me in every single one of your lives or only this one? And he was like, oh.
What do I say?
But yeah, very cute Trill. Good job, Trill.
Good job, Trill. This was so cool. Getting to do the photo op with you was excellent. Like I love that also, like when you see it, it's actually like in that like kind of like faded aesthetic. The cocktail, I'm really just like off alcohol. So I was worried like I maybe wasn't going to drink it, but it was a mocktail. I probably still shouldn't have drank it, but I did anyway. It was right out of those old scientists, right? When Mariner's making them for Ortegas and Uhura, and they do the bubble on top and the pop and makes it smoke. I thought it was so cool that they were able to recreate that perfectly. And it was your bartender buddy who I remember from 2022.
My bartender buddy. So I do go to the Happy Does sometime, and they always recognize me somehow because they're amazing. And yeah, it's the usual bartender. I think maybe owner of the Happy Does. I don't know if he's the owner, but he's always there. So yeah, I feel like that's a minus I will say is that the cocktails were not very good.
Well, the mocktail was
Very
fine, but the other ones were sweet. Yeah,
Oh,
like you
it was
said.
very sweet. It was very sweet, and there was candy in it also. And I mean, I am not a sweet tooth, so that's on me. But for me, like none of the drinks I had were good. I didn't finish any of them. I think I threw all of them. Though I still have the glass.
I
because
think
the
you
glass
drank
is
the
small.
mocktail. I don't think you.
Maybe.
Yeah, I
It
don't
was
know.
very
Anyway, it
small.
doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
You mentioned that the Starfleet Academy cast was really cool. Like, I love how in character they were talking with you when you were interviewing them, being like, "Hey, like your dreams can start here. This is Starfleet Academy. Like, this is so cool.
It's a cult.
It's a cult. Yeah, yeah. You have to do your rigorous psyche eval, but you can do it." No, it was really well done. I have to say the other activations, like I wasn't. If it was readily available, I would have thrown the footballs into the thing. But whatever. I used to watch Dexter. The Dexter stuff in there was really cool. I've heard the new series is awesome. But I got to do the Mission Impossible thing, which was cheesy as hell, but so much fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just cool in there.
Yeah, I think that for me, the other activations were, I mean, there was like a Ziva thing, which is like a new NCIS yet again. I feel like every year there's some new NCIS stuff going on. The Dexter, if you had not seen the show, I didn't know anything
Right.
about it. I got a cool like
The towel.
towel.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
for like
Dishes.
dishes. Yeah. A tea towel, is it called? Tea towel.
I always just call it just a dish
So
towel.
I got a tea towel that's stained with blood and written Dexter. That was cool. But I do think that the Star Trek experience was the best.
It
of
was.
all.
It was.
Yeah, we got a mug. We got like a lot of goodies out of the lodge. Honestly,
We did. It was good. It was
Yeah.
good. I kind of feel like you already answered this question, so I think we might move on. But yeah, how you felt the press preview was compared to other years. But you said this one felt better. Yeah.
I was just disappointed to not see Ghosts, which is one
Oh,
of my
yeah.
other like favorite show. Last year they had a very cool ghost experience where you could like smell all the ghosts, and they were all like different perfume that was made by a woman that is a nose, and that was really cool. And when you would walk out, you would pass through Isaac, and it would smell bad. So if you have
That's
watched
right. I remember you telling me about that. Yeah.
I was just disappointed to not see a Ghost experience because that is one of their show that is doing also very well on Paramount, and I was surprised.
Yeah.
The cast was there too.
Oh, were they?
Ghost, yeah, they were at San Diego Comic Con. There was a very cool Hetty cosplayer going around.
Nice.
Yeah, but yeah, that's it.
Nice. Jedi Cat wrote in the chat, Julian, I just realized you're wearing a Fantastic Four shirt. I am. I was actually going to talk about this before we get into Hall H. Giraffe and I took a quick detour from Comic-Con on Friday morning with my family, and we all went to go see Fantastic Four. And your outfit was stunning, by the way.
Thank you. I put it together in the morning.
This is not in the outline, but I found interesting seeing people talk about Fantastic Four and calling it a Star Trek movie. A little
Really?
bit. Yeah, because of like the warp speed and like, I don't know.
Oh, I think it's
Like
also
the
very
space movie.
60s. Yeah, it's very like mid-century modern. It's very hopeful also. That's what I liked in the movie. It's not like a lot of movie are very gloomy, and I do understand why. But I mean, you can unplug your brain and watch that movie and be fine. There
Yeah,
is no
for real.
subtext at all. Like it's kind of a 60s heroes movie, like honestly. But it's really beautiful. It's really, really beautiful. I like the Marvel booth. That the Marvel booth at San Diego Comic Con was all Fantastic Four. You could see like the costumes. You could lift a car. There were like the little. There was the robot that was here. It was really
Oh,
cool.
Herbie.
Yeah, Herbie.
After the movie came out on Friday, they didn't have it up on the first couple days, but on Friday they put the Galactus costume on display next to the Fantastic Four, which was really great. If you do listen to the score from the movie, you will hear, because this Michael Giacchino's brilliant and genius, but he does use incredible music. He does go back to some of his motifs. You can catch a little bit of Star Trek in the score. You can catch a little bit of Fringe in the score. It's a gorgeous score. I highly recommend it. In my little review, and then we'll go back to Star Trek, I wrote that I truly believe that Fantastic Four is the best MCU movie since Winter Soldier. I consider Winter Soldier the bar. So
I don't even know which one is.
Yeah, that's okay. That's all right. It's good.
I like Black Panther.
Black Panther's amazing. Black Panther's amazing.
That's the only one.
Let's go back to Star Trek. Let's go back to Hall H. One of the first things that we got to experience. By the way, you've done Hall H many times. This was my first Hall H, and it was really fun. It was really cool. I'd never been in there before.
I just don't understand why nobody was sitting. That is something I do not understand this year. Like they had all the cast standing in front of the screen, and I was like, okay then. Like usually there's chairs and tables, and they can take they can look kind of not in passing. So that was the only thing that was weird for Hall H this year, is that they were like, get out of here. 10 seconds.
They definitely cut the panel off. Like they were still trying to talk, and they're like, nope, we gotta go. So I wonder if it was a time thing too.
And nobody could ask questions. Usually the audience can ask questions, but I feel Star Trek is more and more doing those like, oh, we're going to show you an episode like that 40, 50 minutes pass and you can talk to the cast. You can't ask questions and they can't actually like answer anything either, which I feel is kind of defeating the purpose in my opinion, because we see the episode. Yes. The episode is literally going to be out in less than a week. Okay. It's not like it's a premiere that you see the episode before everybody, like they did at Tribeca, for example.
Right.
But I would have loved to get to know the cast better and like listen to the cast and be able to have people ask questions, even if I hate questions. I felt that it was very like no interaction with the public, as little as possible. And then Akiva Goldsman like spoke, and I was like, I don't care about you. I want to know. I don't want to hear you. I want to hear the cast. Like, let Rebecca speak. Let her like. And the question was kind of like uninteresting, honestly. Like there was no actual question. It was just like.
I mean, I think like.
Was it fun?
No, I think like the most interesting question went to Paul Wesley, and he answered well. But like, instead of talking about Star Trek, like Bob Picardo, and I'm sure he had the questions handed to him, asked about filming Avengers and Star Trek at the same time, and I'm like, we know that's probably a lot. Like, it's a good quote, but like
questions were, how can I say, very empty. So we could have very empty answers, and I didn't like compare it to the Lower Decks panels, for example, that we had the previous years. That was kind of very empty. I'm sorry, I'm jumping ahead.
No, you're not really. That's okay. No, you're really not. It's okay. I do want to ask you, because we did get to watch tomorrow's episode early, what you thought watching it, listening to the reactions from the crowd at moments, their energy. And did you see any good cosplay? And there was a lot of uniforms this year, not a lot else.
Good cosplay in the audience?
Yeah.
I do not remember anything Star Trek centric. There was a lot of uniforms.
A lot of uniforms.
For sure, lots and lots of uniform. But also we didn't get any, we didn't get like in new Star Trek, there's not a lot of like cosplayable thing.
Yeah.
Since you see people with moopsies, like moopsies in cages, moopsies in the back. We saw a lot of lower deckers for sure. But yeah, that's about it. But I don't feel like Hall H is the cosplay place.
Yeah. What did you think?
Very hard to wait in line for 2 days.
That's true.
Being cosplay.
What did you think about the crowd reaction to the episode?
It was cute, and I think that the big difference between this year and last year, the Marvel panel was after the Star Trek panel, which means that 90% of a Hall H was filled with Marvel fans who didn't give a shit about Star Trek. They were not. I mean, maybe some of them were like, fan of both, but most of them were not here for Star Trek. So you very often have very diluted reaction to episodes, because people that have been waiting all day long in Hall H literally entered at like 9 a.m. and are waiting for a panel at 6 p.m. Like they don't really care about like that episode of Star Trek. This year it's different because Marvel is not here. DC was before, so a lot of people that came for DC left. So I feel it was more concentrated, concentrated Trekkie. So people reacted, they clapped in the middle, they laughed. I mean, it's a good episode for Hall H, but it's also not. I mean, it's a good episode to show a crowd, but I don't think it was a good episode for Hall H.
Yeah.
I think Star Trek needs to treat Hall H like the other studio do, which is it's a big place for big announcements. Not to say two sentences and show next week's episode that's not even a premiere. You know, Marvel didn't come this year. You know, sometimes they come, sometimes they don't come. I'm always happy to have a Star Trek Universe panel, but the big announcement is Star Trek. Is the Starfleet Academy, and we barely touched it.
Yeah. I liked the reactions, though I was a little bit distracted because I was doing a lot of phone stuff with getting like our notes and stuff out. But listen, there were the moments that you would hope that the crowd would react to. It was great. Anytime you get to watch an episode of Star Trek on a big screen like that is always fantastic. So
but do you think it was like a worthy episode for a big screen?
Listen, if it was up to me,
would have been so good.
If it was up to me, I would have had 1 or 3 up there, right? You know, because those are like the 2 big action episodes. Like,
absolutely.
Having said that, this is still a great episode. I want to talk about that real quick because our review is tomorrow, so no spoilers. But there's quick thoughts ahead of our review tomorrow on A Space Adventure Hour.
I think it's in the straight line of the episode of this season, which are fun episode, and that's it. Fun and beautiful, like aesthetically very beautiful. There is money in Strange New World. But I'm waiting for a show that will have the guts to do Measure of a Man sometime, maybe. And we're not there
Fair.
yet.
Yeah.
But it's a fun episode.
Yeah. A lot of people thought it was going to be my favorite episode of the season. It's not. I love it. Don't get me wrong. I think it's very good. But can't wait for everyone to see it tomorrow because I think it's like you said, aesthetically, like people go like, oh my God, this is amazing.
Yeah, it's a very beautiful episode. They did a great job at everything. That's it.
That's it. Yeah.
That's it.
I will say that if you're a fan of Martin Quinn's Scotty, that he really gets some great moments tomorrow.
I think it's straight line again. The plot B for me wins over plot A.
Right.
Over and over again in this season.
Yeah. Let's move on to the Anson in the room, or the Anson who wasn't in the room, because again, we'll say congratulations on the birth of your daughter, Violet.
I thought you said
Beautiful.
Ensign, and I was
Anson.
like,
No,
Ensign.
Ensign. Yeah. Actually, before we get to that, Jedi Cat has a good question for you. Is there any cosplay from Space Adventure Hour you would like to do? You already have an answer to this. Yeah.
I already made it.
Yeah. Giraffe was good at cosplay if she knew 100% that they were going to show that episode, but we didn't know.
We didn't know. And also, again, I think our uniforms extract better because people know it. This one, nobody would have known except maybe the people in the room if they had paid attention.
Yeah. Yep.
So, yeah.
So Anson, for the second year in a row, couldn't be at Comic-Con. He is spending time with his family and his 2 girls and his wife, which family time I'm all about. So congrats, Anson. But Anson still showed up, just not in the way you think. And instead of me talking about it, I'll just show you the clip. Here it is.
Hit it. You heard me say hit it, right? Spock? Anyone? Did you go to season 4 without me?
Yeah, so Puppet Pike, and I guess like 85% of the budget on the show in puppets because they're using Jim Henson's studio. What did you think about puppets coming to season 4 of Strange New Worlds?
So two things for me. First of all, if you're local in Southern California, you know that the Jim Henson studio closed last December, and they lost a lot, which was very sad because that's such an emblematic lot of LA. That's also a lot of people that end up without a job, and the industry in Southern California is not doing well. And a lot of my friends are out of jobs, and a lot of my friends don't know if they're gonna be able to have healthcare because they're not making their hours, and so that's not fun. So I was happy to know that it's this studio that still that did the puppet. I'm really happy about this. I think puppetry is a great art. My hometown is is known for their puppetry in France. So puppets are close to my heart. I love puppets. So I think that's great to see these people getting jobs and working for Star Trek after what is going to happen when Strange New Worlds runs out of gimmicks? Are they gonna have to make episodes that actually have deeper meanings? Never, never. We're gonna have a ghost episode. We're gonna have a puppet episode. We're gonna have a.
Okay, but I would low key love a ghost episode.
We're gonna have an animated episode. Oh, we kind of had that a little bit.
We did.
But yeah, I'm here for the art. I'm not necessarily here for not trying to do something else. I don't know. I know it's gonna crack me up because I always wanted an episode where everybody is normal but one character is a puppet. I know that's not what they're gonna do, but
Maybe it starts that way. But isn't the episode of Angel just he's the puppet, right? That's it.
yeah, that's why I'm like, that's very funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's true. Buffy did that. I forgot about this.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll see. Again, for me, the most important thing is the plot. It's what is that episode doing? Am I being surprised? Am I on the edge of my seat? Am I, like when we review it, can we have an interesting conversation about a lot of different things? That's what is most important for me. I'm gonna crack up seeing puppets, that's for sure. So let's see. I want to see why, how, and when. But it's a beautiful art. The puppets are gorgeous, and they use also a lot of animatronics. So I know that they have really great people on hand, for pun intended, to do that.
Nice. One of the big things that you want to hear, and we already talked about this with the Space Adventure Hour, is how the crowd reacted. What did you gauge from them? Did they seem excited? Did they seem, like what was the feeling that you got?
Yeah, I think people liked it. It's very classic Star Trek episode with all the meaning behind classic. Trying to not say so much. I think people liked it. It's a happy-go-lucky episode. So yeah, and the end, everybody was like, "What?" I'll let you see that.
Yeah.
Everybody is gonna watch the episode. You already know what I'm gonna say.
Oh man. Yeah, it was cool. We knew there was going to be some kind of surprise, and it was a cool surprise. It was really cool. I can't wait
I think
for
the
it.
surprise with the puppet.
Yeah, the surprise. Yeah,
Yeah.
100%. Yeah. Do you think that this is the most absurd way Trek has ever announced an episode, or do you think that maybe that still is the crossover?
I don't know. I don't think it's absurd. I think, again, I'm on the fence about this because I think it's cool that they're trying other things in Star Trek, but also they're starting to be gimmicky, which I don't really like this. It's like, we did an episode where everybody's singing, and we're doing an episode where everybody's doing that, and then we're doing an episode where everybody. And I'm just like, I think the crossover was the biggest one because the cast of Lower Decks is so loved by everyone, and I think that really warmed everybody's heart to just like see them in live action. I think that was a big thing, right?
Yeah.
But I don't know. I was kind of like, every time now that they're Strange World, every time I go to Hall H, I kind of expect them to do something like this because that's what they do. And I'm
Right.
just like, that's where I'm like, okay, it's cool, but also I'm not surprised. Does that make sense?
No, it does.
Like-
And the one thing with the puppets, as much as I'm excited for it, because I really am, I love this concept. Fans were asking for this a lot. And then like every time that they were like, when questions are allowed at panels, people were like, are you going to do a puppet episode? And the producers would kind of like play coy, but like, puppets. Why does everybody keep asking us about puppets? And of course they're doing fucking puppets. So
Yeah.
it's a surprise, but it's also, in my opinion, not unexpected.
And it's not really daring, let's be honest.
I don't think yeah.
It's not gonna revolutionize Star Trek, not that they should,
Right.
but also, yeah, again, I'm feeling that they're starting to be gimmicky. They should maybe stop. I hope that the season, because that's gonna be season 4, right?
Yep.
And we know that season 5 is gonna be very short, so I hope that season 5 is actually gonna recenter around, you know, the cast, the crew, the story of the Enterprise. You know?
Yeah.
Like the thing for what we all watch Star Trek. I'm becoming a Trek bro. I'm becoming a Trek. This is not Star Trek.
We have to have at least one Trek bow on the podcast.
I mean, it is Star Trek. It's just that,
Are you f***ing kidding me?
again, I'm just like, oh, it's whole Agent Strange World is gonna say something crazy and be like, ha, look what we did. And I'm like, yeah, do Star Trek. Do Star Trek, I'll be happy.
One thing that I was not expecting them to talk about at Hall H was the Star Trek Con podcast. And not only did we get a lot about it, we got a release date and it's soon. What did you think
Very
about Alex coming up and going right into a trailer for this?
I was really surprised because like DC's someday I will know what happened on the behind the scene of this project, but I think a lot of things must have happened because if you remember well, this was announced as Star Trek Day 2022
It was, yeah.
years ago, where Nicholas Meyer came and talked. I couldn't see it because I was actually backstage. So I had people tell me Nicholas Myers was like, I was like, what? So this thing has taken forever. And there were moments where it was told that it was abandoned, that it was like canceled, that nobody knows what was going on. I mean, I know it takes a lot of time, a long time to do anything in the industry, but also 3 years for a podcast is kind of, I mean, a radio novel. What is it? An
It's
audio novel?
audio series. Yeah. Like, yeah.
I'm just like, that is a long time. So, and also they have not teased that at all. We've received anything.
Yeah, we did. So back in February, we did the casting announcement.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it kind of like was never really advertised anywhere.
No.
Like they never really talked about it. So I legit thought the thing was bad.
Yeah.
So I was surprised when there was a trailer. I was like, there's a whole ass trailer?
I didn't expect it. I didn't expect it at all. And like I was like busy like getting our content out, and all of a sudden I heard Star Trek Con and the trailer go, I'm like, huh?
What?
This is cool.
And it was not in the press thing. That so we received like
Yeah.
more or less what the panels is gonna be about. Like there was like Strange New World panel, and there's gonna be a Starfleet Academy panel. Nowhere they talked about Khan. We knew zero things about it. So that was a good surprise for me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I'm really happy to see Khan played by a person who's, an actual brown South Indian person.
Naveen Andrews. Yeah.
South Asian person. Sorry. I don't know. Where is he from?
I don't know.
Am I saying, chat, fact check me, am I saying something racist? No, I don't think so.
I don't think you are.
My heart is in the good place. But it's like so cool that it's not Benedict Cumberbatch.
Yeah. Yeah.
The bar is in hell.
I thought that the trailer was really good. we got a bit of the story premise. We've known what the story was going to be for a little bit, at least vaguely, right? That this is like Khan's rise on SETI Alpha 5 and basically keeping the people that Kirk stranded him with alive. We know that Marla MacGyver's is with him, being played by Ren Schmidt from For All Mankind, which is like great casting. So cool. Yes. What I was not expecting, and I think this is really fucking cool, is that this is an Excelsior story too. We are getting Tuvok back. Tim Russ is coming back as Ensign Tuvok.
Ensign Tuvok. Everybody cheered. I was like, like that is really cool.
Yeah,
I really look forward to this.
I cheered. I thought that was amazing. And George Takei is back.
And that's the thing. Is like there was zero announcement. Like
no.
So for me, this is whole age. You know, you get in and you learn about something like they kept on the wrap for years, and you're like, what? Tim Russ, George Takei. And you're like, yeah, like that is whole age worthy. It's an audio novel, so maybe not whole age worthy, but that's the kind of announcement that I really expect from, you know, whole age, and that people should get because they waited. People sleep outside. People listening to the podcast, you know that people sleep outside
to get into whole age.
To
it's
get
true.
into whole age, and they get like half a question and an episode.
Yep. Yeah.
No.
No, this is cool. Tara just got out of the Liberty game and was wondering what we're talking about. Ensign Tuvok. Tim Russ is back in the Star Trek Con podcast releasing. Yep. Let's talk about that because we don't have to wait long for this at all. September 8th, Star Trek Day, is when the first episode comes out, which is pretty damn cool.
Yeah. And I hope we're going to review that. Are we going to review that?
Oh, we're going to review it just like a show. We're going to review every episode. Yeah.
And the art was also really beautiful. The art is gorgeous. I'm really interested in the story, in how they wrap. Like, that's the first Star Trek audio novel that we get. I mean, you have audiobooks. By the way, if you want to listen to Tim Russ read an awesome Star Trek novel, he narrated Vulcan Heart, which is an insane novel that everybody should read because it involves the Romulan commander, my girl. And it's narrated by Tim Russ. It's so good. So get that audiobook, people. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to what it's going to be because we know that Strange World is going to finish. Well, there's going to be the Academy, but we don't know for really long. And I'm glad to see that Star Trek is exploring other media. So we keep getting stories because that's what I want. I want more stories.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, the dialogue that we got all sounded like professionally, like very well done. George Takei sounds great as Hulu. Tim Russ, you would like never know that he's like, you know, he's getting up there in age now. He sounds just like Tuvok. It's great. Like, it's fantastic. I'm stoked. I'm stoked for Star Trek Con. And like Giraffe asked, yes, we are going to review it just like a Star Trek series. So every week we'll have a new episode focusing on that. Really cool. Do you think that this is like an undiscovered portion of time, that time that Khan was on SETI Alpha 5. Do you think it's going to fit into canon pretty well?
Yeah, I think it's fine. Because first of all, that's never a story I thought I was going to want or even get. You know, Star Trek goes into those weird niches of the storylines where you're like, huh, yeah, I wonder what that guy was about for so long. Why is he so angry? But I think it's an interesting character development. That's why I was also so excited about Strange New World, is like to get the character development of characters that we all love. And I hope it gives more insight onto the Wrath of Khan and gives them more, you know, even more layers, which I think that thing can do pretty well. Also to Tuvok, like, it's gonna add layers on so many characters.
Yeah.
And then that makes me want to rewatch Voyager or to watch Wrath of Khan and be like, wow, now I know why he said that thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm with you on that. So yeah, Star Trek Con premieres on September 8th, Star Trek Day, wherever you find your podcasts. Pretty freaking cool. We're going to have competition. No, I'm kidding. You guys are probably going to knock our numbers out of the water. It's awesome. I'm looking forward to it. I think it's time to talk about going to school. Yeah? Yeah. Let's go to school. Let's go to school.
Thing was the most exciting for me?
Yes. Dude, me too, honestly. I loved the trailer so much. Instead of us talking about it, which we're going to do a lot of in a couple of minutes, let's just show you the trailer. Here's the first teaser for Starfleet Academy.
I cried. You must cry.
You must cry too. Here it comes.
Yeah.
And so, we begin. I'm Captain Nala Ake, Chancellor of Starfleet Academy. We're all the first Academy class to return to our campus in San Francisco after more than 120 years. Some of you are here for your families, some for yourselves. Together, you are the best and the brightest from across the galaxy. A tapestry that is Starfleet. You will learn the skills that shaped our greatest officers.
Duty, honor, service!
Like them, we'll ask you to give more of yourselves than you knew you had. To dream without limitations. Whatever challenges came before today led you to this moment. You here now. You weave together the future. So go out and seek, explore, boldly go where no one has gone before. It is my great honor to welcome you all to Starfleet Academy.
I have goosebumps right now, like just all over.
This was so good. This was so good. I have to say that at Star Trek Universe panel, they always start by that this little video of all Star Trek characters. Like you have every single franchise like cut into one thing that always makes me cry. So I always start by crying. Like the first, like, you know, that Star Trek
That opening
like,
was really good this
that
year too.
opening,
Yeah.
I was like, this is the same one I think they do every year. I'm pretty sure it's the same one. I cry every year. I'm like, yeah, I love Star Trek so much. And everybody's like, oh, Star Trek. Yes, Prodigy is still Star Trek. It's not Paramount, but it's still Star Trek. So yes, they are in the opening little video about Star Trek franchises. So yeah, the Academy. That was the thing I wanted. I think if before the whole age when you were asking me what I want, I was like, I want a Starfleet Academy trailer. Like, stop it. I want to know. I want to see. I want to see. And that trailer is so good. You know, it's like going home. Like I miss Discovery every day. I miss like that hopefulness. I know that people are always, oh, it was so dark, but Discovery is so hopeful for the future. Like, you know, like we'll fix things, we'll make things better. You know, it may be shitty right now, but I love everybody and we're gonna make this work. You know, I miss this so much. I miss this aesthetic. I miss that music. I've missed every single one of these people, even if I don't know half of them. I really feel like, oh, we're going back in an era of Trek where that has really inspired me and really motivated me and also made me feel seen and made me feel love and made me feel like part of the fandom so much. And I'm so glad to see stuff like that. I can't wait. When people were like, Stranger Worlds is finishing the end of Star Trek, like, fuck you! No, yeah, the Academy! And it's written by Tony Newsom! Yay!
I just want to say to begin with that there are definitely a group of people, and I'm not even calling these the Trek bros of the fandom. I think it's a healthy group of Trek bros, normal Trekkies, us, maybe even us, who are like,
not me.
Not you. Did we, and not me, really not me. I'm all about any new Trek I can get. Did we need a Starfleet Academy show?
Yes.
No, did anybody ask for a Starfleet Academy show? To which I say, even if you did or didn't, after watching that trailer, you can't tell me that you're genuinely excited, because holy shit, am I so ready for this show, and just from a teaser, what it has shown me and what it has given me, and things that I'm like, I want to know about this person. I want to know about this person. I want to know about this person. I want to know about 32nd century San Francisco and Klingon gem Hadar. Like,
Are we gonna look at the stills or whatever?
no, we're not going to do stills because otherwise we'll go
Okay.
forever. So give me all your highlights. What stood out for you the most? Anything, everything.
single
Go
thing,
off.
every single thing
Every
from the
single
beginning to the end. First, I love to see San Francisco because we're finally back on Earth and we've not seen Earth, seen people of Earth, which was like season 3 of Discovery. So I'm Earth centric. What do you want from me? I mean, it's here, and you see, there's a quark sign. There's like a lot of there's the mariposa, little like butterfly,
butterfly, yeah.
you know, from Picard. There's like all like things that are like reminding you that, you know, life has continued and that it's still there. And then you still see like the huge tree that they all sit down in People of Earth, like under the tree, poof this tree, you know. And yeah, it has this feeling of such just going home, you know, like going home to Discovery. And I like that you see the handle with the reprogrammable matter. Like I've craved for the future. Like I know that Stranger World is the future technically, but it's kind of like the past of Trek. You know what I mean? It's TOS, and I've craved for like that sci-fi feel of like, what new technology are we gonna discover? What new races of alien are we gonna meet? And all this, you know. And I think the highlight for me during that trailer is that, as we were saying, the cast could not sit because there was nowhere for them to sit. So they were just standing in front of the screen. And so the screen, it's a giant screen, like it's whole, like it's like enormous, right? And you could see the little silhouettes like jumping up and down and like cheering and like and waving and like hugging each other and crying and all this while watching the trailer because they had not seen the trailer either. So they were seeing it for the first time. And that was so incredible to see because, again, you know, like I don't remember who I was talking about, but the cast mixed the Star Trek. Like how Lower Deckers, like the Lower Deck cast was so close to the franchise and their show and were always there to promote it, made Lower Decks, you know? And I feel this cast is gonna bring us some Lower Deck energy in this, like the very like, you know, strong and like neat, tight knit and happy to be part of Star Trek, kind of mind blown to be part of Star Trek. So I'd be mind blown if I could see myself in Star Trek, you know? I'd be Kerrice Brooks was
I want to
crying.
I want to talk about Kerrice Brooks because it's not in the trailer, but that's got to be like the standout moment of that entire panel was just her reaction and the like genuine tears and just being so excited. It was such a beautiful moment. And that's like you're talking about those moments that you want to see in Hall H. Like that is one of them.
Yeah. And I think that they plucked very young, very, very young actors that have not a lot in their background. And for them, one of the first thing that they do is Star Trek. That's unhinged. That's crazy, you know? And I think that's a thing that I really missed in Prodigy is that the cast, except Kate Mulgrew, was not behind that show. They were never promoting it. They're never at conventions. They're never with the fan. You never see them like. Have you ever seen Ella Purnell speaking about Prodigy?
No.
I mean, once maybe. Yeah, she never posted about it. She never supported it. Like Jamila Jamil also like did one or two things, but that's pretty much it. And I was always kind of disappointed to not, you know, like to have a cast that could not feel the utmost joy and privilege that they had to be part of such a franchise. Maybe it's because I'm a fan. I know, but like, but to see those kids, because there are kids being so absolutely mind blown, seeing themselves on screen was incredible. Kerrice Brooks like started by the God. You can I recorded her reaction. It's on my Instagram.
Go watch it because it's so fucking genuine and beautiful. Like
she's crying. She's like she can't. And see, that's also what I was disappointed in is that they kind of like abruptly cut her because there's no time. And I'm like, I would have I'd rather have an hour speak like of like talking with those kids and knowing their background and how was it to film and how was it to become the character, even if there's no spoiler, no nothing, no information, than watching an episode of Stranger New World. That
I
I'm
get
gonna
it.
see in a few days.
Yeah.
Like
No, I get
literally
it.
4 days.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah. I just have to say, like, some great highlights from this trailer. Like, I really love that they kind of put Holly Hunter front and center with that speech, which is a gorgeous speech. I love that Tig looks like I got to imagine Tig's doing some kind of PE as Jet because she's got a whistle around her neck. Love that. I love that they're not telling us a single thing about Tatiana Maslany. Like, good on you.
I have ideas.
I like that you have ideas. I don't want to know. I don't want to know until I see the show. I'm sure we'll find out, but I don't want to know. I love this whole vibe. I love the USS Athena, this idea of a traveling school, like the magic school bus.
Magic school bus.
I want to get your impressions off of the trailer. Like, is it geared towards like young adults? Is it legacy Trek? Like, wow.
I have stopped listening to who is supposed to watch what.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah.
I love the Lego movies. I don't think they should be for for kids. They're very adult minded.
They are.
But everybody was like Prodigy's for kids, and I'm like, I don't feel Prodigy's for kid. I mean, it's way difficult for.
I would think.
for
I actually think
kids.
Strange New Worlds is more for kids than Prodigy.
Stranger New Worlds is more for kids. There's way less like hidden subtext that you need to understand. Prodigy, there's a lot of hidden subtext that you need to gather to be able to understand the whole episode, which is great. But yeah, I've stopped listening to any of this. I know it's supposed to be YA, but that means that mostly it's more hopeful and more PG and more joyful, and I'm here for it.
Same.
I'm here for give me. And I have to say that one of the things I always wanted to see as a teacher is school in Star Trek. I love school. I love education. I'm really looking forward to what they do with it. It's such a beautiful place where you pass knowledge and you exchange thoughts, and I'm glad to see it in Star Trek.
Yeah, I agree. I totally agree. Let's go through the cast highlights because we got to know some of these cadets, very early information about them. We're going to start with Sandra Rosta, who is playing Caleb Meir, who is an orphan with a bit of a checkered past, trying to forge a new path, and his focus is undecided at Starfleet Academy. The rest kind of know where they're going a little bit, but what do you think about Caleb? He gets a little bit of front and center in the trailer a bit.
Yeah, I think like he's gonna be our Dal.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, he's gonna be like a character hard to love, but in the end, is gonna win our heart. I hope so. I like it.
Yeah.
I'm here for a little bit of dickery, in Star Trek. Everybody is too nice sometimes. I'm like, no, people are complex.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm here for somebody that also anger is an emotion that is too often like put aside in the US. I mean, like, be angry. You can be angry. It's a good thing to be angry, Sometimes things are stupid and you should be angry. So I'm here for an angry youth a little bit. I'm here for it.
I
Also,
like it.
everybody's gorgeous. They're kids, so I feel like it's bad saying that, but like,
But
again,
you're not wrong. They're all
the casting
gorgeous.
agent like gave us a bunch of LA 10s everywhere.
They know what they're doing. They know what they're
They
doing.
know what they're doing. They know. Everybody's beautiful people.
Giraffe, do me a favor. This will obviously get cut, but keep talking because you know what? Instead of like just talking about them, I'd actually, if people haven't by chance seen these yet, I'd actually like to show them, and I could put the photos from there into our stream. So
let's go.
yeah, here we go.
I want to talk about the uniforms. I'm not convinced about the uniform. I don't think I like the uniforms. I think that the gray, and that was the problem in the original. You remember how they changed the Discovery uniforms between the end of season 3 and the beginning of season 4 because they didn't read on television. Gray is really hard to read on TV. Really, really hard. So I don't know about this uniform. I'll have to see what up. But I like the armors and all that they had. That looks very cool.
It is really cool.
But I'm unconvinced about the gray. See the gray?
I
I'm like,
we'll see. Well, I think it translated well on the trailer. So I mean, I could be wrong, but let's move on to. I have to kind of do these as we go because it decided not to auto frame them, which stinks a little bit, but it is what it is. What do we think about Darum Remy, who is played by George Hawkins, a privileged but ambitious cadet eyeing the captain's chair? Obviously, his focus is command.
yeah, I was never here for people who choose command.
Right away, right?
I think it's a boring choice. I think it's not that. I think it's a narcissistic choice. I mean, we need people that choose command, but everybody that choose command has ego issues. Let's be honest, and that's why they're good leaders, most probably. But I'm not really interested in command in general. Give me science, give me operation, give me diplomacy. Like that's the people I'd be interested. I mean, a dude that wants to do command, I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
Give me a woman that wants to do command. I'll be more interested.
We are
that.
going to actually get to that right now because I believe our next one, yes, it is Bella Shepherd playing Genesis Lith, and I'm sure I am pronouncing that wrong, but she is a Darsha, and her focus is also command.
So she looks badass. Also, she's a new alien race, right?
Yes, she is.
I think she said that on the
panel.
On the panel. So the few things they were able to say, those poor kids. She looks awesome. I like she has kind of like highlights, like something like going on her forehead. Star Trek gluing shit on people's forehead.
That's what they do.
It's 1966. That's what they do. But yeah, I'm interested in her character. I think she's gonna be badass.
I think she's gonna be badass too. And
yeah,
I have to say, just looking at the uniforms, I know you're not digging the gray, but I like the gray with the accent.
Yeah, the accents look cool.
The accent's really nice. Atara in the chat says those comm badges are not working for me. I like them. I like them.
I think they're the ship with the delta.
I think they are the ship with the delta on it, which I think is a pretty neat concept. I think. Yeah.
I need to see the whole aesthetic to be able to
right.
Like,
exactly.
see if it matches or not. Because the comm badge from Discovery were weird, but with all the angles of that they do the uniform add, a brown comm badge actually worked very nice.
Yeah. Yeah, I actually still dig the Discovery ones quite a bit.
I like them. Yeah. They work well like this. Yeah.
So
a Klingon.
Finally. They're not all gone in Discovery. Our next look is at Cadet J. Din Crag, who, as you can guess by his forehead ridges, is a Klingon cadet with dreams of healing and not hurting. His focus is on sciences, and he wants to be an MD. What do we think about Jaden Crag?
I'm here for it. We've not seen Klingons in the 32nd
No,
century, and
this is the first
we don't know
one.
the fuck why. Maybe there's no reason. Maybe it's just like people who grow up most of their life and never see a black person, and you're like, how? And they're like, oh no, it happened. So I'm here. Klingon in medicals. I am so here. And see, that's what I missed. You remember when I was telling you beating the odds and like making the narrative lie? I'm here for it. I'm here for like, we always see Klingons being violent, and we always see Klingons being mean, and we always see Klingon yelling honor. You know what? I'm gonna have a medical cadet Klingon. I'm like, tell me the story of that guy. I want to know that guy, what he's about. And that's really what I've been missing. It's like those weird character arcs where it's not the usual, and I'm not gonna know where it's going because it's the first time they're doing this.
I have to point out, I love that he mentioned during the panel that he got to pick Michael Dorn's brain and he got to pick Doug Jones' brain because he has to do prosthetics every morning for the set. So it's really cool that it's also like a bit of the passing of the torch, which is And
Michael Dorn is a sweetheart. He's like one of the top nicest person I got to meet ever. He's so nice.
Yeah.
Like, and I chat with Michael Dorn about anything, anytime.
And then finally, we were just talking about her a lot. That is not the right one. We are talking about Kerrice Brooks playing Sam, who, oh man, I'm already just in love with this character. Sam, also known as the series acclamation Mill, is a photonic being attending the Academy for the very first time, and not made by humans. Their species is Kaskian or Kaskian. I'm not sure how to pronounce it with the Q, and their focus is on operations.
I love a black girl in operations. What can I say? I'm an oldie. No, but like I again missed the way she talked about the character.
Yes.
Was so beautiful. Like having a character that is totally new to life and world, character that's just born and that experiences everything for the first time and comes with no baggage, with no past trauma. Do you know how many times I say stop giving everybody trauma? I know it makes people funny. I know. But it's just everybody is here because everybody died. I like that Sam is just
a baby,
just a new being experiencing everything for the first time. And I don't know, I'm here for joy. Like I posted a whole thing today about like how joy is resistance. Like I'm here to see something joyful, something happy, something that looks towards the future, you know, and not doesn't dwell into the past. And also photonic being. We had photonic being in Captain Proton.
Yep.
We had them in Equinox. We had them in several different Equinox. They were photonic being ish. I don't know. I don't remember. But I'm looking to see, you know, what happens. Like, are they a species? Are they made by another species? Like, what is going on? But I hope that we'll get some reflection maybe on AI, maybe on, you know, non-corporal being. Like Prodigy had beautiful reflection on, you know, having a body, not having a body, creating your own body. I think it's a great character arc possible with Sam. But yeah, Sam became right away everybody's favorite in whole
100%.
Like
100%.
Like
yeah,
right away. So there's a scene in the trailer where Sam is dancing and you could see Kerrice Brooks just dancing at the same time.
I love her energy. It's like the best energy in the world. I'm so excited. Tara has a question about the USS Athena. So it's at the depot. So yeah, the Athena is a traveling school and ship. So it's a training vessel that can be docked at the Starfleet Academy campus and also go on missions. It's really a cool concept.
It's a training boat. It's
a training boat. Exactly. Yes. Yeah. Really cool concept. We need to talk about, also, I just want to say it's going to be really cool. Obviously, the Doctor being in the show, a photonic, what his interaction is going to be with Sam, a mentor, a teacher in that situation as well. So, yes, we need to talk about Gina Yashare, I hope I pronounced the last name right, as Commander Laura Thok, who is a Jem'Hadar Klingon, who is the captain, who's being played by Holly Hunter. They're number one, and is also basically not the chancellor, but like the dean. She's pretty cool.
I love that her uniform has little Klingon emblems. I thought it was so cool.
Oh, I missed that. I have to check that out.
Like the embossing on it is like little Klingon trifolds.
Oh, that's awesome. Okay, I'm gonna have to check that out.
You know what I'm gonna say? I'm gonna say I am on the fence of Star Trek doing hybrids.
I know.
It's a lot of hybrids lately. We were at the IDW panel and they're like, and that guy is Andorian and Vulcan and Tellarite. And I was like, oh my God, stop with like your biracial kink. This is getting weird.
There's another, and there's more in the show because Paul Giamatti character is a Klingon Tellarite.
Yeah, and I'm just like, but you know what? Tawny Newsome is in the writing room.
I think it's going to be well done. Done.
She has my entire faith, entire like mental energy. You know, like I don't believe in prayer, but I'm like,
yeah. Apparently,
I'm sending the vibes.
Apparently, Giamatti's villain has a connection to one of the cadets, which is always a fun little Ooh, what does that mean?
He doesn't want to pay the.
He doesn't want to pay for the tuition. Oh,
Well, we're post. I think it's interesting also because we're post burn and all this, so it's like also a situation. It's a political situation, super interesting.
yeah.
And you're reopening a symbol of the past. What does it mean to people that have been like left alone by the Federation, abandoned? And does that mean that it's kind of a symbol that they want gone, that they hate, that they think is going back to a system that failed them? Like, I think there's a lot of interesting thing that could be done with the Academy at that time.
And Discovery already touched on this a little bit with Tilly's Academy episode, where it's like, there is an Orion and there is a Tellarite and there is a human, and they've never interacted with each other before. And there's a bit of hostility and there's a bit of xenophobia, and it's a really interesting take.
You know where I was sad? There's two things missing from that trailer.
Tilly
and an Orion.
And an Orion, yeah.
We know Orions are centric to the 32nd century, and there's no Orion. I'm like, what? And in the chat, Jedi Cat says, "In Tawny we trust," and I'm like, yeah, that's why there's Cisco in the trailer also.
Is Cisco coming back in this, like 900 years later, finally coming out of the Celestial Temple? Is that what we're getting? Because damn,
I don't know, but Sam is studying Cisco, and I'm like, yeah,
I dig it.
I high-five everybody.
Melvin asked, so the Dominion kept producing Jem'Hadar. This is not how I imagine. I would assume that once the Jem'Hadar were freed and off of the Ketracel White, they probably
lived their life.
And I'm sure one of them fell in love with a Klingon and had a Jem'Hadar Klingon baby, and that's how you get a female Jem'Hadar, and that's how you get a Jem'Hadar Klingon baby.
I don't know. Yeah, it's like Jurassic Park.
Life finds a way. And that's where we'll leave Starfleet Academy.
I hope
go ahead.
that they say that somewhere.
I
would love it. That would crack me up. But yeah.
I'm so excited for this show. If you want to see the stills and our trailer breakdown, go to our Instagram, our Blue Sky, our Threads. I did an entire breakdown of all the stills. You can go see those over there.
Can I answer something in the chat?
Of course you
Tara
can.
says, why wouldn't there be all kind of mixed species all over the Federation? There would. The thing is that also, like, you're not the same species technically, so mixing is kind of difficult when you don't have the same DNA framework, but it's the future, right?
Exactly.
My problem is more that every Star Trek series, like getting a kick of putting a hybrid and making it their whole story is my problem. It's like when you put a gay character and you make their whole story about being gay.
Right.
That is stupid. I'm here for hybrid, but it's also kind of just a lot of panels we've been to had a lot of like, and they're this and that, and they're that and that, and they're this and this and that. Like, it was the most mind-blowing thing possible. I think that in a Federation in the 2nd century that everybody is mixed. Like the president of the Federation in Star Trek Discovery, she is
Bajoran Cardassian human, yeah.
Yeah. And it's never part of her storyline. It is never touched. It is never like,
and it doesn't need to be
things like that because she's so like this, like that. The only people that had problem are the Nivar people, because they're Vulcan and the Romulans and the dicks, and that's what they do. And that it's been a problem on their planet for like ever and ever and ever. But I just hope it's
logic,
not.
Bitch. Vulcan
I just hope it's not the central plot of like, ooh, let's Jem'Hadar and Klingon. Ooh.
No, I agree. Yeah. Starfleet Academy, early 2026, probably January, February, March, Q1, hopefully, fingers crossed. All right, Giraffe. Let's talk about the strange new spectacle, because right after Hall H, we booked it to the activation zone across the street from Petco Park, and I'm just gonna ask you, is this what you were expecting? Was it everything you hoped it would be?
I need to tell everybody that we were in uniform, like Strange New Worlds. Like, we had agreed to do that, right? So we were in uniform.
We are in it, yes.
And we get there, and like, it's the activation zone, so it's less crowded than the Fifth Avenue, and it's kind of a closed place with food trucks, so people can go. It's free, and you can eat and see it, and it's like kind of an enclosed place.
Giraffe fed me. So, thank you.
Yeah. I fed you Hawaiian food, if I remember. I don't remember. But yeah, so we're there and we have, first of all, nobody has a clue of what's happening. Where is it? What it's going to be? And so on. So we went there because we wanted to know in advance what it was going to be, right? So these dancers show up with like speakers and like a box of like random
Props.
props. And we're just all standing around. And because we're here very early and there's not that many people, we're just there. Like we are in front of it. It's not like there's tens of people. There's maybe 100 people around.
Yeah.
Max. And one of the guys come to me and he's like, hey, can we have you do like a little thing during the show? And I'm like, sure. And I think, you know, I see phaser. I'm like, they're going to shoot me and they're going to, because I'm wearing a red uniform. So they're going to redshirt me. Or like, you know, throw something at people, something like this. So I'm like, okay, yeah, no worries. So I wait and the thing starts and blah, blah, blah. And he comes to me and he's like, oh. So I go to him and I go like on the side, right? And he gives me like a giant bouquet of flowers and puts like a crown on my head. And he's like, so you're going to marry Spock. And I would say, what? Excuse me, sir. What do you mean? And he's like, no, don't worry. Like, you're just gonna go and then you're gonna dance and you're gonna marry Spock. And I'm like, I'm gonna dance? It's like, yeah, but don't worry. Like, you just follow. And I'm like, okay, the show must go on. It was really fun. The actors never broke character once.
Nope, they were great.
I had to explain what was a Coldplay kiss cam to a Vulcan, which was, I mean, I could put that in my resume. That was pretty good linguistic
I keep forgetting
skills.
to post it. I know you posted it, but we have to post it too. It's so good, the kiss cam.
Explaining to an alien race what is a Coldplay kiss cam. And one point I was like, okay, just do that. Don't think. Just do it.
I love that the guy who is supposed to be Pike / Kirk, like a weird hybrid of both, like every now and then, because I was wearing the same exact thing as him, he would come up to me and goes, I don't recognize you. And then like when it was over, he's like, I still don't recognize you.
And I like that you told me I don't recognize you.
Yeah, I was like, I don't recognize you, imposter. It was.
No, I did not plan it. It was not planned. I swear. Everybody thinks since Star Trek Day, where they were like, we're gonna pick somebody like from the public, and it was all arranged. That every time I end up in this situation, it is planned. It is not planned. I was legit just here filming stuff for Strange New Pod.
I can back Giraffe up on this one. Literally completely random, and you know this because we went the second time and they picked someone random again to get married to Spock.
But they gave me all the props.
But yeah, Giraffe got to keep the awesome crown and bouquet.
I was like, are you sure?
It was not
like,
a good bouquet the second time around.
Yeah, they had no bouquet the second time around, but that's because I had it.
It was great.
Yeah, no, I had not planned it. The dancers were indeed very good. Yes, I know I lived everybody's fantasy. It was also really hard because that man peered into my soul for
really
like
did.
Straight 10 minutes, and I didn't know what to do with myself.
If you want to see the wedding, we have it posted on all of our socials. It's on the Strange New Pod Discord. We just posted a highlight reel of all three dances. Let's talk about them because this was focusing on episodes 2, 3, and 4 of season 3 of Strange New Worlds. We got at the beginning, we got what did we get at the beginning? It was tomorrow's episode. It was a space adventure hour, which was fun. Then we got Shuttle to Confori. They had really good Klingon and zombie makeup. They were scary. It was good.
Yeah.
And then we had Wedding Bell Blues. That's where you got married. But it interchanged a little bit. We had some of the tango from Spock and La'an from Wedding Bell Blues. All the performances were really good.
Yeah, it was really good. And it's interesting because they must have planned that for quite some time, but we also learned about it literally a day or two
It was like
before.
a day. It was like 48 hours before.
And it's kind of like I hooked up the LA way team being like, hey, you need to come to that thing. And it's kind of, on the one hand, it's good because it was not too crowded. But on the other hand, I'm just like, I know there's a lot of people that would have loved to see it and most probably they couldn't, you know? I think it was beautiful. It's an interest. I was very doubtful at the beginning when I was like, is that a flash mob? What are they doing? You know? But I think it was really cute. The music was great. And yeah, you know, like they're very good dancers. And apparently they do like murder mysteries and stuff like this in LA. Like they do those like kind of like indoor shows or something like that.
Which is cool. I love I will say I love a good murder mystery dinner. It has to be well put together because I've been to some bad ones too. Yeah.
And also I posted the reel on my Facebook and then on my Insta, and then I had all these like very gorgeous people that started liking the reel.
That's
And I was
right.
like, what the fuck is this? And this was all the dancers. I was like, what is the bunch of LA 10s over there? Like
All
up in my
10s.
Instagram.
All
All
10s.
10s.
All 10s.
12, 15, 17, like out of our leagues. Way
Totally out of our leagues.
totally.
So the first one happened at Petco Park at the activation zone, and then a few hours later, they gathered outside the lodge and they did a couple different performances. The cast and crew of Strange New World showed up. Ethan Peck danced with Hot Spock, who peered into Giraffe's eyes. It was cool that the cast showed up. I had already left, but I think you got to see them show up.
No, I didn't.
Oh, you
They had
left
told
too?
me that the cast was gonna show up around 6:30, and at 6:40 they were still not here. We had been there since 5,
Yeah.
waiting, and they showed up around 7, which I'm not surprised. I told everybody the cast is gonna show up, but yeah, they showed up quite late, which again is too bad because most of the people around were not the fans, because all the fans showed up at 6 at like
Early.
6, yeah.
Early.
5:30 because we didn't know, one, if it was going to be a repeat from 6, because the hours were 6 to 8. I knew the whole thing was kind of 15 minutes max, so we didn't know if they were going to repeat it several times in the middle of Fifth Avenue.
Which they did.
Busy,
Yeah.
right?
Really busy.
So everybody was here at 6. We also the first thing, and then everybody was like, well, it's over. And like we were asked the dancer, like, are you resetting? And they were like, yeah. But they were just standing there. So we didn't know if they were gonna do it again, if they were like doing it once an hour, if they're like there was no real information. So all the away team left. So all the
Yeah.
Trekkies that had like passed the word to be there at 6 to see it, everybody left. And when the cast showed up, well, it was a bunch of randos that
Normies.
were like
Yeah.
passing through Fifth Avenue, which is great. Like it gives maybe some advertisement to people who don't watch the show, but also a lot of people were just disappointed that they came and they waited and then the cast showed up when everybody had left.
Yeah.
So, you know, a little bit better like information circulation would have been fantastic, but
Agreed. It's not in the outline, but I do want to briefly talk about it, the IDW panel, because there are a lot of great Trek comics coming out. Part of the reason I want to touch on it is you can go watch our amazing interview right now with Susan and Tilly Bridges about their upcoming book, Star Trek Voyager Homecoming. It's going to be fantastic. Red Shirts is already out. The Lower Deck series is ongoing. One of the interesting ones, and is taking place in that like future disco era, is The Last Starship, which seems like it's going to be really epic.
yeah, I'm looking forward to this one. There are two that I'm really looking forward. One is the seed
of Salvation.
the Seed of
Strange New
Salvation,
Worlds.
which
Yeah.
is like a Strange New World, Lovecraftian thing. Everything is Lovecraftian now. Like I bought at least 5 books that were Lovecraftian. That tells you everything you need to know about our era. So I'm looking forward to it because I like a good tentacle monster. You know, I'm here for it. And then, there's also the one with that they are doing that series where all the cover they get together to do one thing, which like look cool, which is Chris Fenolio, right?
Yes. Yep.
Yeah. So that look cool. But the Last Starship, oh, that looks so great. First of all, it's Jackson Lansing and Colin Kelly, friend of the show.
Friend of the show, and also like just great minds between the ongoing Star Trek and Defiant, both which I'm not caught up, but where I'm at, they're just incredible comics.
I'm a big fan of Year 5. We did an interview with them about Year 5. Like it's somewhere on Patreon, I suppose. I don't know where it is.
We should release that one to the public, honestly. Yeah.
You can listen to this one, where it's basically an hour of me nerding out about classics and
It really is.
and
Yeah.
archaeology with Jackson. But yeah, it's these looks cool as fuck, and the uniforms look so cool. And also it again one of that like lost era because it's just when the burns happen, if I understood well.
It is.
And it's the Last Starship, and I'm like, I want to know so bad what happened just after that. Like, how did they survive? How did they not blow up? And what do you do when you cannot use warp and you're like stranded somewhere? And I mean, it's like the last run in, basically. It's a take on it, right? So
I think
yeah,
it was either
it's really
Colin or
good.
Jackson who said, how do you take how The Last Ronin looks and make this look like that? So
Even the title looks absolutely incredible.
yeah, it does. And if you don't know yet, they are finding a way to bring Jim Kirk back for this story, which is a really interesting thing to do. It could either be a miss or it could be absolutely incredible. I think it's going to go either way.
The good thing about the comics is that they rarely can miss because it's such a bigger world
Yeah.
in comics. You know, you can tell the story through so many lenses. It's also cost way less to do a comic, so you can have Kirk as a hologram, Kirk as a whatever you want, you
Clone,
know?
whatever. Yeah.
A clone,
Yeah.
a weird alien that thinks they're Kirk. Like, I'm here for it. Doppelganger.
Yep.
Somehow Captain Kirk has returned. Yes.
Accurate. The one thing I'll say with comics, please, 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 if you are reading these and you enjoy them, go to your local comic book store or message them and pre-order the books. That shows IDW, the people at Paramount, even that people are interested. Okay. And if you pre-order, you could always get your hands on like the cool, like special covers too. So like there's a good reason to pre-order. We're not paid to say that. You should just really do it. It supports your artists, your writers, and your comic book shop.
And your local business. Everybody's suffering right now. Go give some money to your local businesses. If you're in San Diego, go to Comikaze. They're my comic book shop. They're great.
And if you're in Lower Bucks County in Pennsylvania, please support Wade's Comic Madness because they are fantastic as
There
well.
we go. But also pre-ordering, yeah, you know, it's a good way to make sure that things go smoothly for the writers and for the illustrators and for everybody involved. And I buy a lot of comic book that I end up not reading. That's okay too.
That is totally okay. I literally just read what was it? The Scorpius run from
I
Stranger
have
Worlds.
a pile like this
Yeah.
of different issues that I need to read. Meanwhile, I'm rereading Day of Blood because why not?
Why not? Why not? Let's just, before we get to the mailbag, do a quick recap. What was the fan energy like at Comic-Con this year? I thought it was pretty good. And we also went to the Star Trek cosplay photo shoot.
I will say the energy was definitely different. Since the pandemic, I don't think Comic-Con has come back. We had, well, post-pandemic, you know, we already had to wear masks, and then, you know, it was very limited in number of people that could come and travel. Then there was the strike that also limited a lot of things. And I feel this year there's just an overall, it's low business. There's a lack of money that is very clear. Everybody has cut spending drastically.
Yeah.
Drastically. And that reflected on so many people not being able to have panels. So there were way less panels this year, I feel, than the previous year, or even just like there was almost no science panel this year. Like people that are great science panelists, that science and sci-fi panelists that I know and do great job, had no panel. I want to say, but I had no panel.
Yeah, it's true though.
This bitch here. It was it's you see that there's a recession. You see that the industry is suffering. The parties were way cut. And yeah, there were still a lot of people and there was still a lot of fun. And I always say Comic-Con is my Christmas. Literally from the first day where they put the banner up, I feel like I'm 5 and I'm so giddy and I'm so excited. I'm like, oh my God, it's Comic-Con. And when I get into the convention center and I see everybody, and you can judge that I cannot go anywhere without seeing literally 17 people I know.
Nope.
And it's just like seeing all your nerd family and being able to do all the nerdy thing you love. And it's just so much joy to me to be at Comic-Con every year. And then when it's over, you're just exhausted and broken and you sleep for 3 days straight. But yeah.
Accurate.
Yeah.
I just have to say this is my second SDCC. I love it. I love big cons. So this was just another great experience for me. The only day that I ever felt ridiculously crowded was actually on preview night. Other than that, like I got to bring my kid. They had a blast in the exhibit hall. We spent way too much money.
Let people think that San Diego Comic-Con is too crowded. Don't come. It's fine.
Yeah. Too crowded. Don't come.
Too crowded. Don't welcome.
No, it was a great experience. I loved hanging out with you. I loved getting to cover it with you. I think we did great coverage. I think we had a blast together. And we'll be back next year. So
yeah, we are. We
yeah,
actually have.
we actually have our which is great. And maybe since I know, I'm gonna maybe submit some Trek panels and get them denied. We'll see. Yeah, why not? Right? Let's do it.
Let's
do it.
all get denied so we can feel lame all together.
Yeah, agreed. Let's do it. With that, let's get to some mailbag before we wrap this baby up. Where's Uhura at? Here she is.
Hailing frequencies open.
And can you take Jedi Cats, please, Giraffe?
Yes, Jedi Cat wrote, Muppet Pike. This is very hard to say, by the way. Muppet
You did a good job.
Definitely my favorite takeaway, but all the Trek news has me jazzed. Starfleet Academy looks incredible, and I'm so excited to see what Holly Hunter and Paul Giamatti bring to the table, as well as the returns of the Doctor, Reno, Tilly, and Admiral Vance. I'm also hyped for the upcoming IDW comics. The Last Starship has me the most intrigued. And the Nassau action figures and Muppet Pie. I know the fandom's already divided about this upcoming episode, but I think it's a great idea that promises to be just as fun as Subspace Rhapsody. Long live silly Star Trek.
Oh, I love that mailbag. That was great. Thank you, Jedi Cat. I'll take Dana's, who wrote, since I can't just say Muppet Pike over and over again until it forms a paragraph, I will say the Easter egg wall of names. We didn't talk about the wall of names. Yes, thank you, Dana.
Commander Beckett Mariner.
I'll one-up you and say Admiral Harry Kim. Finally. I will say the Easter egg name of walls from Starfleet Academy has been really fun to examine and try to see everyone I know. Also, I'm excited for this week's episode because I must know what people got to see before me. Finally, I can't forget about my little man, name redacted for loss of bet. That's right, you lost that bet to me. Just waiting for me to love him when Nacelle finally ships my action figure pre-orders in just a few short months. I love Star Trek. But seriously, how do I get my hands on a Muppet Pike and that perfectly polished peak?
I may know people. I'm just throwing that in the middle.
Don't tell her that. She'll actually give you the money for
I
it.
actually know 3 people that can do a Muppet Pike because that's how I am. That's my life.
That's your life.
What can I say?
That's your life. I love it. Take us home with Questors, please.
Questor wrote, I have to echo the sentiment of Muppet Pike. I love that the showrunners aren't afraid to take Trek into unexpected directions. And I think the franchise is richer for it. Academy looks like it's going to be more character focused, so I am interested to see where that goes. But where's Tilly?
You know what I'm going to say? I'm going to end the show with a controversial opinion. I don't think we needed Tilly in the teaser because the teaser gave us an opportunity to meet all of the new people. And in the trailer, I am sure we will see Tilly. So I would say we'll get there. We'll see her. She's not going anywhere. Promise. Sam. Let's go, Sam. That is going to do it. I want to say thank you to everyone who followed along all week long from San Diego Comic-Con, followed our coverage, commented on it, shared it, everything. We hope you enjoyed our recap tonight. We are back here right tomorrow for our review of episode 304 of Strange New Worlds, a space adventure hour. Join us then. 9:30 p.m. Eastern time. For Giraffe, I'm Julian. Please like, sub, hit the bell. We'll see you tomorrow night. Live long and prosper. Majram, sarcastic Vulcan salute. Good night.
Thanks for beaming into our podcast today. If you want to keep the hailing frequencies open, you can subscribe on Apple and Google Podcasts, YouTube, and Spotify. Like what you hear? Put in a good word with Starfleet and leave us a 5-star review.